So we will be discussing the previous year questions that have been asked in the prelims examination of the civil service examination. The first question is, the national income of a country for a given period is equal to option A, the total value of goods and services produced by the nationals, option B, sum of the total consumption and investment expenditure, option C, sum of the personal income of all individuals, and option D, money value of final goods and services produced. So take 20 seconds and tell me what is the answer. So friends, this question was asked in the year 2013, and let us again recap the question. And please keep in mind that whenever you are reading any question, you should underline the keywords so that when you are deciding the correct answer, you are able to decide in a fast manner. So the question is, national income of a country for a given period is equal to. So the question is national income, right? This is not GDP. The question is asking national income. Option A, total value of goods and services produced by the nationals. So the keyword is nationals, goods and services, total value, right? Option B, sum of the total consumption and investment expenditure. Consumption and investment expenditure, that can be one way, right? That can be one way. However, this consumption and investment expenditure, it also needs to add the net exports, right? So this is incomplete, right? So option B is obviously wrong. Option A, there is a possibility that option A can be the answer. In this option A, what is not there is final goods. The word final is missing. If the word final was there, then we would have thought, because it is talking about the nationals, right? Then sum of the personal income of all individuals. Personal income of all individuals, no, we haven't gone through any formula, for deciding the national income of a country by just adding the personal income of all the individuals. Not necessarily, because personal income has different dimension. National income has different dimension. Personal income, in the personal income, for deciding the personal income, we are seeing that retained profits of the corporate, they are not included here. The taxes are deducted, right? So this is not equal to national income. So this option is also wrong. Then option D, money value of final. So here the word final is there, goods and services produced. Here, this definition can be the definition of the GDP, right? But the question is about the national income. So in all the four options, the word nationals has been used only once, right? Option D, may is not the correct answer, and only option A is left. Friends, this type of question, in this type of question, there is no perfect answer. We have to see the more accurate answer. The answer which is very close to the meaning of the word. In this particular answer, any of those options is not the complete definition of the national income. So out of the four options, option A seems to be the best option. So we will mark option A as the answer, right? So the answer is option A, total value of goods and services produced by the nationals. And friends, national income, what is the meaning of national income? We have already seen multiple times. National income basically means NNP at factor cost. So if we have to calculate, if we have to measure the national income, that will be equal to the net national product at factor cost. Net national product at factor cost is what is called as the national income, and the option A is the correct answer. Now, question number next. The term national income represents. The question is very simple. the question was asked in 2001. A. Gross national product at market prices minus depreciation, or GNP at market prices minus depreciation. Option B. GNP at market prices minus depreciation plus net factor income from abroad. Option C. GNP at market price minus depreciation and minus indirect taxes plus subsidies. And option last is GNP at market price, GNP at market price, sorry, there is some technical problem. So GNP at market price minus NFIA. Friends, all the options are very closer and this question is really conceptual, but you can be solving this question in the easiest possible manner if you know what is the meaning of national income. So national income, as we just discussed, means net national product at factor cost, right? So net national product at factor cost, right? We have GNP. From GNP to NNP, we need to reduce the depreciation. So depreciation reduction is must, right? Then we have GNP at the market price. In all these options, we have the GNP at the market price. GNP at the market price. So here from market price, we have to adjust the indirect taxes and the subsidies to reach at the NNP at the factor cost, right? So we have to adjust depreciation, indirect taxes and subsidies. When we adjust depreciation, indirect taxes and subsidies, then we get net national product at factor cost. So here the answer is very clearly option C. So this question might look very complicated, but if you know the concept, the answer is really very easy. Now coming to the next question. So this question, net national income at factor cost. Now next question, the most appropriate measure of economic growth is, the answer, the question is of 2001, GDP of a country, net domestic product, net national product, per capita real income. So we have GDP, NDP, NNP and per capita real income. Friends, out of these, what do you think can be the answer? So I am giving you 10 seconds to think and then we will discuss. So the answer is per capita real income. The most appropriate measure of economic growth. That means if we have to judge the increment in the production, increment in the total value of final goods and services, that can be possible when we are taking the income at the constant prices, the real income, at the real income, right? So this real income can actually tell us whether the production is really increasing. If we don't consider the real income, then there is a possibility that just because of inflation, the prices might be rising and we might think that the total value of final goods and services is increasing. So to understand this question more clearly, I will ask you to refer to the session number 6, the lecture number 6, where I discussed the difference between national income at the constant price and national income at the real prices or base year prices. So answer is per capita real income. In the rest of the options, we don't know whether they have taken the real prices or not, but since nothing is mentioned, we are assuming that real prices are not there, right? So per capita real income, how do we calculate the per capita real income? NNP at factor cost divided by estimated population, right? This NNP factor cost is the most appropriate measure of the national income. If we say national income, NNP factor cost is the most appropriate measure of the national income. So this is another reason why we have taken this option, right? So two words, real income, and second is this per capita real income we always calculate based upon the net NNP at factor cost, right? This is the most appropriate measure for calculating the national income. That is why option D is the answer. Next question. The growth rate of per capita income at current prices is higher than that of per capita income at constant prices because the latter takes into account the rate of. So this question is related to national income at the constant price and national income at the current price. If you are clear about those concepts, this question is a very easy question. So why there will be difference of growth rate between per capita income at current price and per capita income at constant price? Why? Right? Is it because of population? No. Both of them are per capita. So population cannot be the reason for difference. Increase in price level? Yeah, it seems to be. Option C, growth of money supply. Growth of money supply, yeah, that can be indirect reason because that can impact the inflation, right? But the option better than this option is this option only, right? So we have to eliminate option C because we already have this increase in price level as a direct option given in the question. Then increase in the wage rate, that is also not a direct reason. So answer is option B, increase in the price level. Because of this increase in the price level, or in other words, we also call it the inflation, right? So increase in price level or inflation. Because of inflation, there is the difference between the constant prices and the current prices per capita income. So question is very, very easy. So increase in price level is the factor. Next question. In an open economy, so we are talking about open economy or four sector economy, right? National income of the country is CIJXM, where C stands for consumption, I investment, G invest for government expenditure, X stands for total export, and M stands for total import. This question came in the year 2000. So what is the formula of the national income? First of all, which method we are referring to? So this question is from the income method of estimation of national income, or from the value added method, or from the expenditure method. Which method we are talking about? The answer is this question belongs to the expenditure method. In the expenditure method, what is the formula? The formula is national income is equal to consumption expenditure of the private people plus investment plus the government expenditure plus the next export, which means the total export minus the total import. So in this question, what is the correct answer? The answer is very easy. Option C. Y is equal to consumption plus investment plus government expenditure plus total export minus total import. So answer is option C. Now option C is the answer. Next question, which was asked in 1997. So friends, I am covering last more than 25 years questions, right? National income is NNP at market price. Option B, NNP at factor cost. Option C, NDP at market price. And option D, NDP at factor cost. So answer is very, very simple. What is the answer? Answer is option B, NNP at factor cost. Net national product at factor cost. So we are eliminating the impact of the depreciation and we are eliminating the impact of the indirect taxes. Right? NNP at factor cost. This is the correct answer. Now, next question. This question is a little bit based upon common sense. So not all the questions you will be able to study in your lectures, in your study material, in the newspaper. There will be some questions where you need to apply your common sense. As we go ahead in the different chapters, you will come to know that your common sense will become more logical. So in India, the rural incomes are generally lower than the urban income. Which of the following reasons account for this? So what is the reason for rural income being lower than the urban income? Option A, a large number of farmers are illiterate and know little about scientific agriculture. Option B, prices of primary products are lower than those of the manufactured products. Option C, investment in agriculture has been low when compared to investment in the industry. Select the correct answer based upon the codes given below. Option A, 1, 2 and 3. Option B, 1 and 2. Option C, 1 and 3. And option D, 2 and 3. So I am giving you 1 minute. So take 1 minute and answer this question and then we will discuss. Okay, so let us see each and every statement. Statement A, a large number of farmers are illiterate and know little about scientific agriculture. Knowledge of scientific agriculture, is not necessary to increase the rural income. The farmers are already knowing lots of traditional methods. The farmers can really increase their income with the help of traditional methods. India is a country of traditions and the farmers have lots of knowledge they have inherited from their forefathers. So option A, statement A is not the correct statement. Now so if we eliminate statement 1, statement 1 is appearing in all the 3 options. So all 3 options are cut down. This is how we can simply solve this question. However, we will still read the statement number 2 and 3 carefully and really see if we are going right. We cannot be blind and decide the answer just based upon cutting one statement, right? Prices of primary products are lower than those of the manufactured products. The answer is right. Why is that? Because in the manufacturing sector, there is value addition. And this value addition is done upon what? This value addition is done upon the primary products. What is the example of primary product? Primary product means the agricultural crops, the mining products, for example, coal. So we are processing the coal, we are processing the crops, we are processing the cotton, the sugarcane and wheat, and we are doing some manufacturing based upon that. So the prices of manufactured products are comparatively more, right? And because of that, the income of the urban people is comparatively more because they are doing value addition, so they are earning a lot of income. Then investment in agriculture has been low when compared to investment in industry. This statement is a factual statement, and if we see the pattern of investment, the investment in urban areas and in the industry has been more. This is the fact. In the agriculture sector, the government is giving more and more subsidy, but the investment has been decreasing. So this question I have not discussed the concepts of this question I have not discussed in my sessions, but this is a commonsensical question, right? That is why I have taken this question here. So answer is option D, 2 and 3. Now, which one of the following is the correct sequence in the decreasing order of contribution of different sectors to the GDP? So what is the contribution of different sectors to the GDP? This figure appears every year in the economic survey. So when we will cover the economic survey, then we will discuss this in detail. However, right now I am telling you the facts, right? So the question is asking for arranging the contribution of 3 sectors, the services sector, industrial and agriculture sector, into in the decreasing order. So decreasing order means the highest shareholder sector will be coming at the first place. So which sector is having the highest share? This is the service sector, right? So even if you don't know, I'm telling you, this is the fact. This is the factual thing I have not discussed in the lectures, but you might have heard in the newspaper. I'll be discussing this in detail in the newspaper, right? So highest share is in the service sector. So option D and C are eliminated. Now in the option A and B, the second highest share goes to the industry and third highest share goes to the agriculture. Answer is option A. The service sector is having, so let us see the recent data. As per the economic survey of 2019, contribution of different sector is, in the services sector this is 54%, the contribution of industrial sector is 29% and agriculture sector is 14%. You don't need to remember exact figures, but you need to know this is the sequence. Then since 1980, the share of tertiary sector means services sector. So I hope that you have already gone through the sessions of basic economy, then you will be able to understand what is the meaning of tertiary sector. So since 1980, the share of tertiary sector in the total GDP of India has been A, shown an increasing trend, option B, shown a decreasing trend, option C, remained constant, and option D, fluctuating. Answer is shown an increasing trend. Option A is the answer. Tertiary sector has been growing very fast. The agriculture sector has not been growing so much, and even the manufacturing and industrial sector has not been growing so much, but tertiary sector has been increasing very fast. What is the reason? The reasons are multiple. When we discuss the chapter of 5-year plans, we will discuss that in detail. So the answer is option A. Next question is, with reference to economy, consider the following statements. A. Statement number 1. The rate of growth of real GDP, real means at the constant price, has steadily been increased in the last decade. So this question appeared in 2005. So question is asking the trend of between 2005 to 2015. Statement number 2, the GDP at market prices. So here the question is giving the statement at the market prices has steadily been increased in the last decade. This is also asking the data of the 2005 to 2015 only, but here it is asking the real data and here it is asking the data at the market prices or at the current prices. So this is again a factual question. If you cover the economic survey in detail, then you will be able to answer this question. However, commonsensically one thing is there, that between 2005 and 2015 there was the global financial crisis. This global financial crisis came in 2008, and because of that there was a lot of slowdown in the world economy as well as the Indian economy. So because of this global financial crisis, the real income, that is income at the constant price, got decreased, right? So statement 1 is wrong. However, if we see at the market prices, because of the inflation, the GDP at the market price did not decrease in the absolute terms. So it decreased in the real term, but it increased in the at the market prices. So here the answer is B, 2 only. Again friends, don't worry, don't panic if you don't know the answer to this question. I am telling you, consider that you are learning through these questions. So this is not a testing session. This is also a learning session. I want you to discuss certain concept with the help of these questions only, right? So this is a learning session. This is not a testing question. If you're not able to solve these questions without my discussion, don't underestimate and don't think that something has been left. I'm covering consciously these questions because these questions are not mentioned anywhere in the syllabus, but they are coming from the economic survey, from the newspaper, and we also need to apply the common sense. So answer is option B, 2 only. Now next question is, in the context of Indian economy, consider the following statements. Option A, growth rate of GDP has been steadily increased in the last 5 years. So the question is about the growth rate. The question is not about the GDP. Again, the growth rate in the per capita income has steadily increased in the last 5 years, right? So here there are options. Option A, 1 only, 2, B, both 1 and 2. So again, this is a factual question, and if we see this statement taken from the economic survey, we will find that both 1 and 2 are wrong. So let us again see the statement. Growth rate of GDP has been steadily, means consistently, without any decline, steadily increased in the last 5 years. Growth rate of per capita income has been steadily increased in the last 5 years. Both of them are wrong as per this statement, right? So as per this statement, both of them are not correct. Now next question. If the interest is increased, if the interest rate is increased in the economy, it will, right? So what is the relation of interest rate? Decrease in the consumption expenditure. Okay, so if interest rate is increasing, that is cost of money is increasing, the consumption expenditure will not decrease. It will actually increase, right? Consumption expenditure will increase because people will go to bank and take more loan. So this statement is wrong. Option B, increase in the tax collection. There is no direct relation between the interest rate and the tax collection, right? So again, this question is not directly related to the national income. It is a commonsensical question, and somewhat it can also be discussed in the banking sector. But I am discussing here because we have some related concept discussed in the national income. Increase in the investment expenditure. If the interest rate is decreased, yeah, it can happen, because when interest rate, for example, it comes from 5% to 4%, then an industrialist can be happy because the cost of funds is decreasing. If the cost of fund is decreasing, the investment can be made by the industrialist. And let me ask you, in which method we discuss this concept of investment expenditure? So the answer is in the expenditure method. In the expenditure method, this investment is one of the figure which we need to calculate the national income, right? So if interest rate is decreased, the investment expenditure is increased. This is the correct statement. And last, increase in the total savings. So if interest rate is decreased, the total saving will actually decrease. Why decrease? Because if the bank is offering now 4% and tomorrow it offers 3% to the customers for the saving account, so the customer will keep more money or less money in the bank? The answer is the customer will actually decrease their money in the bank, because now their income has been reduced from 5% to 3%. So statement D or option D is also wrong. Answer is option C, increase in the investment expenditure in the economy. So with this, I complete this session, and I hope that you enjoyed this session. So in the previous years, in the last 25 years, these are the questions that have been asked directly or indirectly from this chapter. I hope you enjoyed this session. I will be giving more questions to you to practice upon in the practice sessions, so that you can clear your concept more to the more deeper level, right? So thank you very much.